Welcome to Pressure Points. Our topic is Nvidia's investment of $100 billion into OpenAI. And in return, OpenAI is going to be buying Nvidia chips. And I will mention that as of market close today, the NASDAQ was up 0.7%, Nvidia up 4%, and Oracle up 6%, which from my perspective was a pretty easy, maybe even a lazy reaction to the announcement. Of course, Nvidia is going to provide, call it 100 of the 300 in this cloud infrastructure spend that OpenAI is going to be spending with Oracle, that Oracle is going to go in return and buy Nvidia chips. And so the substance, the probability of that big contract that was announced a couple weeks ago from Oracle increased. And so that's why you see Oracle shares respond at the high end of what versus what Nvidia did in the overall market. But I think that the key takeaway, the pressure point, is much bigger than that. And rewinding is that the central question around AI has been, how long is this going to last? What inning are we in? It's usually in the context of hardware and sometimes in software and inference and physical AI. But the central question is, how long will this last? And the front end piece of that conversation is about hardware. And my sense is that the reason why this is such an important announcement is that by Nvidia investing into OpenAI and effectively creating more demand for data centers, more demand for cloud compute, more demand for AI inference and training, that basically quickens the pace that all the other players are going to have to respond to. You saw the response that Elon had to a comment on X today, that this was concerning, that OpenAI, that Nvidia was making this investment in OpenAI. And I think it speaks to kind of this bar inching up. And if you look at Nvidia's core customers, they have 6 core customers. One of them, Meta, has been very clear that they're going to be spending a lot. Call it 45% plus in each of the next 3 years when it comes to CapEx. The other companies have had more modest expectations. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, talking about CapEx increasing at 7% next year. And so when I think about this announcement with Nvidia and OpenAI, and it's staged over several years, but it, I think, ultimately speaks to this race, this arms race, this bet that companies need to make. Either they need to play and meet each other more or less one for one when it comes to the AI race, or make an incredibly difficult bet to dial back some of that spending. That, of course, would have the reward of saving them tens or $100 billion a year. But if AI does come to have the impact on the world that a lot of these companies and these leaders believe it will, those companies that maybe don't keep up with the AI spending pace may be forced to a very uncomfortable future that is diminished because they didn't invest enough into AI. And so big picture here, there's a lot of money getting thrown around. Oracle gave us a preview that this is going to happen. Now we can better understand of how it comes to the table. And ultimately, it bumps up the bar for the rest of big tech. And I'm going to be listening in very close to what Microsoft, Amazon, and Google are going to say on their September earnings call about CapEx in 2026. I think that's going to be the best read that we're going to have in terms of, at least in the near term, where we're at within this AI trade. Leave with one thought. Back in April, Satya Nadella from Microsoft said that AI is going to solve the world's most complex problems. And so far, AI has not done that. I think responding, chatbots, emails, doing text, PowerPoints, images, all that's incredibly powerful, but it is far from the world's most complex problems. And if that is in the cards for AI in the future, I think that underscores how early we are. On behalf of Pressure Points, I'm Gene. Bye for now.